Hey, what's going on, everybody? So if you're watching this video at the time that I'm recording, how can I delicately put this? The world is kind of gone to shit. There's a big thing happening in the world. It's affecting everyone. Unfortunately, the entertainment business is kind of on a standstill. Movies that were scheduled to come out this year have been pushed back towards the end of the year or to 2021 at the time of recording. With that happening, movie theaters are closed. Everything's on a standstill. So there's no new movies coming out. And I figured I'd dust off an oldie but a goodie. So I'm back doing another retro review. I'm going to give my retro review for Clue, the absolute classic. I even have my DVD right here, if the light doesn't screw up the glare. So, Clue, I will admit, this was 1985. If I'm dating myself right now, I was 2 when this movie came out. This is hands down my absolute favorite comedy of all time, to this day. So this isn't really a review of the movie. This is really more so a glaring endorsement for the movie. You probably know someone who has seen Clue. It is based off of the board game of the same name. It stars Tim Curry, Leslie Ann Warren, Madeline Kahn, Michael McKean, Christopher Lloyd, Martin Mull. It's a very small cast, and this cast is amazing in this movie. I remember seeing the movie when I was really young. It was a funny movie to me. It wasn't until my teens that I rediscovered Clue and really started to appreciate it more as the masterpiece it technically is. And it's funny how you have a movie where it just gets better the more I watch it. I can watch this movie and I swear to you not, I can recite the entire movie. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing if you're watching the movie with me, but it is hilarious. The comedy delivered by everyone in the movie is so on point. The interplay between the characters is fantastic. The jokes are hilarious and they're subtle. They're not trying like some comedies. Like some comedies you have to try to make you laugh. This movie, it's so subtle. For someone like myself who has a very dry sense of humor, it's perfect. It's such a good movie. If you've ever played Clue, the board game, there's a murder in a house and everyone's a suspect and you're basically trying to find out who done it. It's your classic murder mystery, but it's funny. There's something that the movie does that it's kind of it's not really an urban legend, but it's like trivia for the movie. This came out in 1985, so this is well after the Star Wars boom, and this is when Hollywood started really getting big and bold. And what was unique about this movie in theaters, and I don't know if a lot of people know this if you've never seen the movie, this movie has multiple endings to it. It has 3 endings to the movie. Originally, when it was released in theaters, the theaters played different endings. So people didn't know until, they start talking to people who saw the movie. And it wasn't a huge success in theaters. It wasn't until I think home video that it really found its cult following. And once it came out on home video, that's when people found out it had 3 endings. The DVD option is really unique because it lets you watch it theatrically where it'll pick a random ending. Or you can see all 3 endings and it's totally fine. The great thing about the movie is that the movie lays it out where all 3 endings make sense. So it was such a unique thing, I think, that Clue did as a movie that I don't think any movie to this date has done with such release a movie with multiple endings and they only show 1 ending per theater. And so that would if people were really into it, they would go to different theaters to see the different endings. So it's something I've never seen another movie do since Clue. So if you do know of one that does it, educate me. Let me know in the comments below. I can talk at length about the comedy in the movie. I can list off every joke that I love. There's the one...
Nobody can get into that position.
Sure they can. Let me show you.
Get off me!
And then there is this one, which I still crack up at.
That's what we're trying to find out! We're trying to find out who killed him, and where, and with what.
There's no need to shout.
I'm not shouting! All right, I am. I'm shouting, I'm shouting, I'm shouting!
And then there's that one.
I hated her so much. Flames on the side of my face, breathing heaving breath.
All of the jokes are fantastic in this movie. Tim Curry, if you've ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, he's an incredible actor. He has so much range to him. And Madeline Kahn, my God, she has the best joke in the movie, and it's still funny. I mean, this movie is over 30 years old, and the jokes are still funny. I'm still noticing things going back to watch this movie. It's such a good movie. And it's not, like I said, I say it's a retro review, but this is really more so me gushing for about 6 or 7 minutes about the beauty that is Clue, the movie from 1985. So, if you have not seen Clue, I highly recommend watching this movie at least once. I believe it's available on Amazon Prime, so I recommend wholeheartedly to watch, in my opinion, the best comedy ever, which is Clue. So, a little bit of a different review. I just wanted to kind of do something a little different and just talk about one of my favorite. So for those of you who have seen Clue, what's your favorite joke in the movie? Because I can list about 10, and I don't know if that's going to make this video any more entertaining, but if you do have a favorite joke, comment down below, let me know. Also, if you've never seen it, check out the movie, and if you do check it out, let me know what you think of the movie. Am I completely fanboying over this movie? It's still to this date probably the most popular board game movie besides Jumanji. I don't think Zathura is making this kind of lasting impression on people. So anyway, that is my retro review of Clue. Have you seen it? If you have, like I said, comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for subscribing, watching this video, watching all my videos, stuff like that. I do have a bunch of gaming videos now for Magic the Gathering Arena. I hope you check them out. I think they're a lot of fun. It's just something different I'm doing right now since I have some free time. But I hope everyone's staying safe out there. Hope you're finding things to keep you busy. If you want to follow the channel, it's at DGeekWill on Twitter. I love to talk to you, so just hit me up. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Stay safe. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and you made it all the way to the end. Aren't you special? If you did like this video, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up on the description. As well, if you click on my face right over here, you can actually subscribe to the channel for more videos. And if you've got a few minutes, why don't you check out a video or two that are floating on the side right here. Later.